Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. So I was talking about Medium versus Substack. And so the future of blogging, it's not social media. It's actually something else. The future of blogging is being a creator. So what does that mean? It means writing a newsletter like on Substack can lead to all these other creative activities, right? You're perhaps podcasting, you're building community, you're doing one-on-ones, you're doing all of these other possibilities that's actually more creative than just being a writer. So maybe on Medium, you learned how to create content that other people want to read. You learned maybe about what you really want to write about. You learned how to entertain others. Maybe you learned how to be an expert in your field. You did a lot of research and you studied whatever you wanted to write about. You learn that edutainment, a combination of education and entertainment, is really the sweet spot. And then on Substack, you learn all these other things. You learn more how to be a creator. And the reason I say that is because a lot of Substacks, they start off as writers and then they become YouTubers and TikTokers. And all of this really pairs together and leads to new things. So I guess the point I wanted to make also is if you're considering making money like a business, the main reason why you want to go to Substack is for the discovery. And what do I mean by that? It's no longer an algorithm that is deciding whether other people see you or don't. It's actually the peer recommendation and writer referral system. So this is the peer recommendation economy. Basically how it works is that writers in a given niche, they network together and they support each other. So they're sending each other their free new readers. So I might send you people who are into the same topic as I am, new readers, and you might do the same back to me. So usually this is a reciprocal thing. You barter this traffic that you're getting from elsewhere and you share it with the community. And by this, the whole Substack peer network is growing together and it's compounding together. So let's say you've done this for a year or 2 years or 3 years, the number of people that are recommending your newsletter is probably going to be more and more, right? It's not rocket science, right? So Medium doesn't have anything like that. You're just stuck in their algorithm. You might get new followers based upon if one of your posts goes viral, which barely happens anymore. You're maybe writing clickbait that's not actually very good writing. You're actually writing for the algorithm. You're not writing for your peers or for other people who are really into the same thing. So it's all about targeted traffic that's peer generated. It's no longer about advertising or algorithms. And that's what's so appealing about Substack. It's more human-centric. So the future of blogging isn't social media because all social media are these ad platforms that screw you over for their own commercial profit. So even you want to do Twitter and LinkedIn and all these other things, perhaps in moderation, perhaps you want to be on platforms that are creator first. Perhaps Substack, YouTube, and Beehive and TikTok are those platforms. Perhaps there'll be something else next year. The point being is creators, they need agency. They need to feel like they're in the ownership economy. They need a direct relationship with their audience and they need to own their own lists. And on Medium, that's no longer possible. That was never possible. That was never part of the plan of this Eve Williams or whatever he was thinking when he built Medium in 2012. Now it's more than 10 years later, it's a completely different creator economy. And some platforms just haven't kept up. And some platforms are really innovative and they're innovating new products all the time. I can make a comment on an on Substack article and they're responding to me, yeah, we're already working on that. Oh, that's coming. And that's literally what just happened to me. I was asking for a way to categorize all my archives because I write so much and I need a way to keep track of it and share it with my audience. And for my audience to discover the content that they might be into might be really specific to a particular topic. So they're already working on that. So then you have Beehive, which is like the competitor to Substack, who are also innovating in a totally different way, more with ads and pop-ups and all these customizations of a more traditional email service provider, and that's all fine and dandy, but I want the community. I want the peers that are recommending me and the feeling like I can do a podcast if I want, and I can do voiceovers if I want, and I can have all this customization in the types of subscriptions I'm giving. Maybe I want to do a discount this week. Maybe I want to do a group subscription to a corporation. Maybe I want to do a webinar with other creators. Maybe I want to offer my paid subscribers other kinds of benefits, other behind the scenes action and community. And so it's different kind of creativity. You're no longer just a writer, you're no longer just a blogger, you're actually being summoned to this creator economy, which is more about ownership. And obviously in this philosophy, in this new kind of funnel that's more about peer-to-peer, more decentralized, you're actually building revenue that makes sense because you're only sharing 10% with Substack and 6% with Stripe, and that's okay. I'll give you that 16% because the benefits you're giving me with all these other products, it's so easy. And then I'm trying this product and I don't have to pay anything. It's free. I just start a Substack and I get all this traffic. I'm like, oh my God, like, how is this going to scale? And then a year later, you look at your annual recurring revenue and you're going to be a little bit shocked. And this is not some kinds of experience I used to have on WordPress or Medium or LinkedIn or anywhere else where I was writing. And I tried every single blogging platform I could find. I would give it a serious shot, and I gave Medium a serious shot. And listen, it was amazing. I made 80,000 plus in the Medium Partner Program when it was really amazing, but it's no longer amazing. So you have to go to a platform where you actually have ownership over that email list and you make something of it, right? You make something beautiful. You're carried in the wave of this new product, this new human-centric design, these people that are thinking more about the writer and more about how they're so creative and yet they can't even make a living in today's internet that's just about advertising in these big corporations. And here, maybe you want to work for a startup. You want to help this startup that's just growing, that's empowering other writers all over the world in these crazy niches, these niches of niches you've never even heard of. Maybe that kind of inclusion and diversity appeals to you. Maybe this kind of ideology that you actually own your own content is a good idea, guys. Maybe you want to get away from those ads and those algorithms. And listen, you can still make ads on Substack. You can still barter your content, your list of 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. It's valuable. There's going to be sponsors that are aligned to you. It doesn't even feel like an ad. It's like it's something your audience might actually benefit from. Maybe you're sharing about, I'm an AI writer. Maybe I'm sharing about AI tools. And that's actually a service to my audience. Maybe I'm educating them. Maybe I'm offering them jobs through a palette. Maybe it's all of a win-win. Maybe I'm helping my competitors. I'm helping my peers. As they grow, I grow. If they do better, I do better. And it's all this ecosystem of innovation and this creator economy. It feels totally different than writing for scraps on Medium, this clickbait that you actually wouldn't even want to read. You're writing for an algorithm, and I don't want to do that. Maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you want to build something different. And it can be anything you want. And that's the whole idea, right? You own your audience, you have a direct relationship, and you could customize it however you want it. You could do anything. You could create videos on Substack. You can create audio content on Substack. You can continue writing the way you've always been writing on Medium. But hopefully you're going to evolve like everyone else. We're evolving. We're on the internet. It's dynamic. We're social. There's peers. There's creator economy opportunities. There's a kind of a new decentralized infrastructure that you can leverage to build a business upon. There's people who are building empires here. There's guest posting. There's sharing content in different ways. There's even writing letters. I'm writing letters with someone now, and I would have never met them in any other way, right? So you're being social and creative in a whole different way. I'm just an introverted artist, an introverted writer. I don't want to be social. And then you do it and you see, gosh, this is kind of easy. It's all sort of part of the flow, right? You're recommending different newsletters. You're talking to them on Twitter. You're talking to them on LinkedIn. I hate those platforms, but listen, I'm talking to my peers here. It's all win-win. I'm benefiting them. They're benefiting me. I get more recommendations. I find better influencers, better creators to work with. I get more opportunities. I get more monetization. I get more creativity. I think about how I can write better, improve my quality. And you see, it pushes you as a writer. It pushes you as a human being. It pushes you into learning about video and audio and all these other streams, all this other potential. And it's like Substack is just like this wave, and it's just like starting, right? It's like a 5-year-old company. It's not like a 12-year-old company like Medium, founded in 2012, a dying community, a huge exodus, and you basically make pennies in this Medium Partner Program. I'm sorry, I'm just telling the truth. This is how I see it. So Substack for me is like just this totally weird paradigm of like a new creator economy. And it's like even Patreon, like it's not the same level, right? This So I consider Substack and then Gumroad and Beehive. I consider that pyramid like totally mind-blowing for creators and for writers. It's not easy to make money as a writer online. It never was easy. These poor book writers and these fiction writers, and they're just fighting just to be seen. They're fighting to get a review on Amazon, and it's not the way it should be, right? There should be multiple ways to make money online, not just with paid subscriptions like Substack really loves. There's other ways. There's one-on-one consultations. There's other ways of monetizing, right? There's different kinds of ads that are less exploited. There's different kinds of ecosystems and collaborations that lead to other kinds of campaigns that you actually might want to be a part of. It's not all like you're selling out or being commercial. You're able to stay true to your values and write about the causes that you believe in, writing to people with values like you have, right? So maybe you're actually writing for a reason. You actually want to have an impact upon the world. And in a Substack, you can actually do that. And it's not like a sweatshop. It's not like you're writing clickbait, right? Maybe you're just writing one really solid post a week or even once every 2 weeks. And that's okay. Your open rate is still going to be really high when you're doing that. And you want growth? Try this peer discovery system. See how it compounds. Try it for a year and a half and see. And tell me how much you've compounded and grown. And it's an audience that you actually own and you can take anywhere. So I could take my Substack list and I could put it in Ghost or put it in Beehive. And I could take those lists and bring it back because I realize Substack's just offering all these community tools that these other platforms don't have. So I'm a big believer in being on the platform that makes the most sense to me, right? I'm a pragmatist. I'm not going to lie to you. I've experienced all these things. I'm testing all these things. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Beehive. I'm on Substack. Substack is the best because it has the community integration. And that's how I see it. Like my paid subscription is increasing on Substack. I don't have to worry about hustling for ads or getting affiliate links. Like forget that. Forget that. That's how the internet used to work, bro. I don't care about my SEO. Google already loves me. It already loves my Substacks. I'm writing that much. I'm writing some of the best content I'm capable of in my niche. Google's already gonna love me. I don't have to sweat on Twitter. I have hardly any followers on Twitter. I still love Twitter because I can interact with those peers who are on Substack, right? I hate LinkedIn. I think it's super cringe and super fake and super inauthentic. And yet I'm still there because a lot of business folk want the kind of content that I write, right? They want to come to my Substack. They just never knew how, right? I don't own my list on LinkedIn either. I have 200,000 on my newsletter on LinkedIn. I don't even own those people. I don't even know how to get in touch with them. I can't migrate that list to my Substack. I had to start from scratch on Substack because Medium and LinkedIn are so lame. So that's in a nutshell what I'm talking about. And I hope it makes sense to you. I'm willing to answer any questions. I'm willing to Google Meet or Zoom with anyone. Like, I'll debate you. I'll debate you of how Medium is dying, and it's been dying for a long, long time. And listen, if you prefer Gumroad or Beehive, like, power to you. I prefer Substack, and I have my own very concrete reasons for feeling that way. So Substack isn't just about writing. You can stay in a corner writing all you want, but if you want to build a business and you want to be a creator and you want to learn about how to do these things, just start a Substack.